Hi guys! So it's 6 months since I started my YouTube channel, so let's go back in time. My first video was the 5 bags I'm currently obsessed with, so let's compare those to the 5 bags I bought since then. And then let's compare that to the 5 bags I'm currently obsessed with. Does it make any sense? Did I tick any off the list? Did I buy all completely new things? Let's find out. And wait till later because I'm going to tell you the one bag that was a complete and utter impulse. Let's get going. So, what were the 5 bags I was currently obsessed with 6 months ago? Well, here they are: the Loewe puzzle bag, the Hermes Kelly 25 Cellier in Epsom leather, a mini Chanel rectangle or another wok, something crossbody in blue oblique from Dior. I wasn't sure which one I wanted. And something from Bottega, whether it was the pouch, whether it was a mini pouch, whether it was the cassette, the Jodie, something in the woven leather. So they were the 5 that I was obsessed with. So what did I buy since then? Interestingly, since then I have bought 5 bags. I did say in another video, one of them, is it a bag, is it not a bag? Anyway, for the purposes of this one, as I say, I'm making my own rules as we go along. I'm classing this as a bag and you'll understand why in a moment. So the first bag that I bought since starting my YouTube channel, I didn't do a proper unboxing for this, but I did buy this around about that time, was this, the Petite Mouse. I got this in the summer, and yeah, I'm not going to do a review of any of these unless anybody really wants me to. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, this, it was sort of an impulse, but sort of not. I've been looking at these for such a long time and I just thought they were stupid expensive for such a tiny, useless bag. But I love it. So yeah, that was the first one that I bought. So no, that wasn't on my list of things I was obsessed with when I did my first video. However, these have always been in the back of my mind. It wasn't one that was high up on the list that I was going to buy it, but I always loved them from afar. So that's the first one that I bought. And then we had a massive gap where, yeah, I was on Ban Island for months and months and months, which, yeah, I had to wait. It's all good. It's fine. And yeah, the second bag that I bought, or was bought for me, was this beauty. And so this is the one I was saying. In certain videos, I'm saying I'm not classing this as a bag. In other videos, I'm saying I am. Anyway, for the purposes of this one, I am classing this as a bag because this scratched the itch for me of the blue oblique something crossbody that I actually wanted. In the video, in my very first ever video, which I will link up here, please forgive me, it was my first ever video. I was just putting myself out there. Anyway, no judging. However, in that video, I did say that I really wanted something in blue oblique that was crossbody, but I just hadn't come across the thing that I wanted. I wasn't sure about the Bobby bag. I wasn't sure about the 30 Montaigne bag. They didn't seem to have something in the style that I like, but I love the blue oblique because I have one of the book totes in blue oblique and I just love it. Anyway, when I saw that this came out, I thought, oh, that's what I'm getting. That's the one. Because, yeah, it scratches the itch of the blue oblique. As I say, you can fit as much in it as you can fit in a wok. And, yeah, we'll see if it does scratch the itch. And so far, it definitely has. So, yeah, that is one that's ticked off the list. So the bag that came next was this one. And, yeah, again, this wasn't on my list. This wasn't on my list at all, and I blame Nick, Emma, and Steph for this one. Totally influenced by you guys. I'll link all their details below. I'm sure you know who they all are. But yeah, I went for this is the mini Alexa for Mulberry, and I went for the I think it's just called pink, but it is a really hot pink. It's a beautiful do you even call it like a fuchsia colour maybe? It's beautiful, and it's in. I went for the heavy grained leather, which is, I think the pink only comes in this leather. And yeah, this has been amazing. Anyway, as I say, I will do a full review of this one because it is new, on a different video, so I'm not reviewing it now. However, yeah, this was another one that I bought. So no, not one that was on my list 6 months ago. And then hot on the heels of that one came this one. So this is the Louis Vuitton side trunk, and I've got quite a few things in it at the moment. I love the slouchy look of this. Again, I'm going to do a full review of this because I know lots of people want to know how this is getting on. So yeah, this has got loads of things in it. It's becoming more slouchy, which is what we want. You can put an organizer in it if you want and keep it boxy, but no, I like that real slouchy look. I think it's amazing. Anyway, obviously this wasn't on my list because it wasn't even on my radar at that point in time. When I started my channel, I wasn't really looking at anything Louis Vuitton. I've had such a I wouldn't call it a love-hate relationship with Louis Vuitton, but it was my first love. It just was. And back years and years ago, everything I bought was Louis Vuitton. It was the only thing I wanted. And then over the last maybe 5, 6, 7 years, I've gone on to so many other brands, and I just haven't liked anything from Louis Vuitton. And I think that was the stage I was at when I started my channel. And since starting my channel, and I don't think it's anything to do with the channel, it's just the things that Louis Vuitton has actually brought out more recently, I've been so much more, looking at it again. And anyway, when this came out, this wasn't on my radar because this bag didn't exist. I don't think I'd even seen it on the runway by then. I think it was maybe September time that I first saw this. So this is a bag that I wouldn't have been able to put on my wish list 6 months ago because it didn't exist. So yeah. Okay, and the fifth bag that I've bought, again, is one, and I've mentioned this, and I'm sorry about banging on about this. However, it's one that's literally waiting to be unboxed. I'm not using it. I haven't unboxed it properly at all. I haven't revealed it yet or anything. And I am deliberately not doing that until I hit 1,000 subscribers because, I'm making it a little goal of mine. And when I hit that goal, that's when I can, I suppose, reward myself with it. And I can show you guys. So please, 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 if you are not subscribed, you know what to do. Do that, then I can show you it. What I will tell you is it isn't one of the bags that was on my list when I started my channel. It isn't one of the 5 that I was obsessed with at the time. So it isn't a puzzle bag. It isn't a Blue Oblique Dior bag. It isn't a Hermes Kelly 25. It isn't anything from Bottega. And it isn't a Chanel Mini or a Wok. So I'm giving you some hints as to what it isn't. I'm not telling you what it is. So anyway, let's move on. So I'm now going to tell you the 5 bags that I'm currently obsessed with. So of the ones that I didn't tick off my list from 6 months ago, are any of them still on the list? Let's go through them. So the 5 bags I'm currently obsessed with: Speedy 25 in Damier Azur. I've spoken about this bag a few times. It seemed to come from nowhere onto my wish list. And since then, I just haven't been able to get one. We thought we'd found one. My SA James thought he'd found one, and actually the stock levels were wrong and it wasn't there. And so, anyway, so I'm hoping that will come back in, maybe in the springtime or something. We're not entirely sure when it might come back in, but I probably will jump on that one when it comes back in because, I've been thinking about that for so long. So that's the first one. Kelly 25 in Cellier. That is still on my wish list. I've updated my wish list at Hermes in London since I started my channel, since I did the first 5 bags I was obsessed with. But I've had to redo the list because they expire. So I've put slightly different things on it. If you want me to do a video on Hermes, the wish list, how it works, what I've actually put on the wish list, let me know and I will do that for you. But that is still on my wish list. It's just a slightly different variation that I've put on there, but it is still there. They come when they come. Literally, we don't know. No idea how long it will take. It's still on the wish list. The puzzle bag, it's still on my wish list. And I was talking about this to my family when I did the video where, yeah, they told me their home truths about my collection. I'll stick the video up here if you haven't seen that. Yeah, none of them liked the puzzle bag. And I think because I was doing the video and talking to them about all the different bags and my wish list and things like that, it made it plainly obvious to me that the only reason I haven't bought that now is because none of them like it. So when I've been out and about shopping and one of them or all of them are with me and I've tried it on, they've all gone, ordinary, don't like it, don't see, why would you pay that for that? And I think I've been, yeah, very influenced by my family as to, oh, I won't, yeah, I'll just put it back. But I really, really like it. I really do. So yeah, the puzzle is still is still on my wish list. I just need to buy it. I need to save up because I've bought the other bag. I'm gonna have to save up again, but I am thinking about changing the colour on my wish list for the Loewe puzzle. I was looking at the tan, and I think the reason I don't, and I think the reason I was looking at it was because I don't own a tan coloured bag. And then I sort of thought, well, there may be a reason why I haven't bought a tan colour. It's probably because other than wearing it with a white shirt and jeans, yeah, I don't know if I would gravitate to it so much. So maybe I should go to the old favourite of going for a grey bag because I just love grey. Anyway, there's a beautiful grey in the puzzle. It's a really beautiful sort of mid-grey. Very boring, very me. Anyway, it's still on my wish list. And then there's two Chanel bags that are on my sort of, I'm currently obsessed with, on my current wish list, if you like. And one is to get, you can see the beautiful Chanel 19 here. I really, really want one in leather. I really do. They're just so expensive. Yeah, I can't bring myself to pull the trigger on that. Especially because I have one. And I also have the trendy, which, yeah, I'm just not using. However, yeah, in an ideal world, I would love a Chanel 19 in leather. And I also still would really like a Chanel. I really, really would like another Chanel walk in caviar. And if they ever came out with another Chanel mini, I know there's a couple of seasonal ones that are in caviar at the moment, but they're not the exact style that I would have wanted. But if they do the traditional rectangular mini in caviar again, I think I would be all over that. So yeah, so let's go through and work out what I've ticked off and what I haven't. So yeah, from the 5 that I started with, the puzzle is still on my list. The Kelly 25 Cellier is still on my list, and the Mini Chanel or the Walk is still on my list. I've ticked off the Dior Oblique and Bottega. Yeah, I'm taking that off the list. I just can't see. There's other bags always that I would go to before Bottega bag, so I'm taking that off the list. I've only ticked one off, even though I've bought 5 bags. So it just shows, doesn't it, that your ideas change, or yeah, other things come along that you didn't even know existed or didn't exist at the time. And so when they come along, you jump on them. So yeah, it's one of those, I find it very interesting to keep looking back at your wish list and seeing how things have changed. There's also just an honourable mention. There's another couple of bags. They're called, if I can find some photos, I will, or I actually have some photos. If I'm allowed to use them, I'm going to check with my SA if I'm allowed to release them on social media. There's a new range coming out at the end of February, early March in Louis Vuitton, and it's called Nanogram. So it's a monogram, but it's like a tiny, and the one I've seen is like a black and blue version. And there's a clutch bag that actually has a top handle. Anyway, it's very, very lovely. If I'm allowed to show you the images, I will. If not, they won't be here. Anyway, that might be on my wish list too at some point. So anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Watch this one. I'll see you in the next one.